Getting the job, your biography. You will often be asked, tell us about yourself. Being well prepared for this question provides you with an opportunity to shine rather than stumbling when trying to come up with something. You need to have a 1-minute and a 2-minute version of your biography. Use the 2-minute version unless you are asked to keep it short. Bullet point career history. This is really just your resume, but in a bullet point style. So read your resume and work out how you can go through it in a conversational way rather than it sounding like you simply memorized it. One way to do this is to add extra information such as, I wanted to work for a company that used high-speed transactions, as the challenge of working on such systems appealed to me. I was approached by a recruiter for a job as Senior SQL DBA at Megacore, which uses high-speed transactions in its core applications and databases, so it was ideal from the start, and then go over what you did there. You don't need to do that for every job if you've had several jobs, just keep it interesting but snappy. Your reason for being on the market. The classic answer is fine. I've reached the end of the road with Megatech with regard to new challenges, and I was impressed with what you do here at Omnicore, and I believe that I could add value and be fulfilled in my work. Why you applied for the job. Match your answer to the job spec and the company's aspirations. For example, the job appears to be a great fit for my skills and aspirations. I know that Omnicore is moving over to Azure, and I have an interest in Azure, having recently become a Microsoft Certified Azure Database Administrator Associate. It'd be great to be able to put my learning to good use. Examples of self-study, blogging, and answering questions in forums. You absolutely must stay current and learn something every year. It doesn't have to be for a certification, but it should be useful. For example, a PowerShell course or an SSAS course. Staying current and being able to prove it makes you look like a go-getter and a winner. Surprisingly few people bother to do any training, so training that you do have is a real advantage. Whenever you complete learning or gain a recognized certification, advertise it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. If you have a SQL Server blog or you answer SQL Server questions on forums, then work that into your biography. What you bring to the table. Go through the skills that you have that match what the employer is looking for, and then add in personal skills such as, I am tenacious and I stick at a problem until it is fixed. I enjoy what I do for a living and I strive to stay current by learning continually. I know my way around project work and I've worked on important and lengthy projects that were successful. I enjoy fixing problems and I'm very good at troubleshooting. You must be able to back up any such statements with factual examples. Your expectations. You must let the employer know what it is that motivates you. Mention any technologies that interest you which are mentioned in the job spec or which have been raised during the interview. Other interests. Avoid mentioning anything that could raise any doubts and don't exaggerate. For example, don't say, I play golf every weekend, when in fact you've only ever played it once. A friend of mine once did this when trying to get a job in a publishing house. It backfired spectacularly, as the interviewer was a keen golfer who then destroyed my friend's exaggerated claims in about 10 seconds. A life lesson, if ever there was one. Rehearse. Use a webcam or your phone to record yourself going through a 1-minute and a 2-minute biography. This will make it a lot easier on the day to ad-lib and to include anything you learn during the interview.